Hey Steelers fans, I'm Neal Coolong with Behind the Steel Curtain, and in case you haven't noticed, there's a bit of a resurgence in the Steelers running game over the last couple weeks. What exactly is the reason for this? Did the Steelers call the 2005 version of the team and demand that they give them the ability to run the ball back? Whatever it is, it's certainly working. The Steelers are on a 3-game winning streak and are averaging around 150 yards a game in that time and over 5 yards a carry. They've had 2 running backs in that 3-game stretch who have rushed for over 100 yards, and Jonathan Dwyer and Isaac Redman. In all 3 games, one of them rushed for at least 100 yards. Isaac Redman was the hero of the game against the Giants, rushing for a regular season career high 147 yards on 26 carries. We're going to dig into that game a little bit and figure out exactly what made the Steelers successful in this one and touch a little bit upon why the Steelers have been successful over the last 3 games running the football. The first play that we're going to look at is an inside zone run out of the pistol formation. The Steelers had the ball 2nd and 10 on the Giants' 48-yard line with 6:46 left in the second quarter. Coming out of that pistol formation, which is essentially a short shotgun, giving the quarterback the ability to throw or run out of an extended snap situation, they have trips lined up to the right side in a bunch with Emmanuel Sanders off the line out wide. Jericho Cotchery is on the line in the slot, and tight end Heath Miller is just a shade to the right of right tackle Mike Adams. At the snap, Adams and right guard Ramon Foster cave in the left defensive side of the Giants' line, giving Isaac Redman an initial hole to burst through. That hole is helped even more by, again, the zone blocking by the Steelers and Heath Miller sealing off the defensive end to that side, giving Redman a particularly large gap in which to run. Helping with that are the wide receivers. Jericho Cotchery and Emmanuel Sanders get down the field and both get good blocks on defensive backs, while left guard Willie Coolong releases and is able to reach Michael Boley, the Giants linebacker, rendering him ineffective in the play. Redman is in touch for probably 7 yards in this play, and upon contact from cornerback Prince Amukamara and safety Antrell Roll, he falls forward for another 4 yards, 11 yards in total, giving the Steelers a first down. Isaac Redman had a phenomenal game overall, but in the stat line, the thing that you'll really see is that big touchdown run that he had. This came with 4:08 left in the fourth quarter. The Steelers down 20-17. Were able to drive all the way down to the goal line, and on second down, off of a fullback lead play, Redman was able to punch it in. If you see on this play, the fullback Will Johnson motions over to his right, and upon the snap, reaches forward and is able to drill cornerback Michael Coe, knocking him completely out of the play. That gave Redman plenty of room, especially considering Mark Herzlich of the Giants comes aggressively on an A-gap blitz, knocking Coolong and the defensive lineman who was engaged with Coolong into the backfield. Redman's best option at that point would have been to cut back to the outside, but Johnson had given him enough room on the inside. He danced over to his left, evaded 2 tackles, and crossed the goal line. The Steelers took a 24-20 lead on that touchdown run and was able to eventually seal the game off. It wasn't over yet, though, for Redman. Even though the Steelers took the lead and nobody else would score, he still had one more play coming. Running the ball 25 times with a 230-pound running back is going to wear on any defense. And if you take a look at the New York Giants at this point in the game, trying to stop that 230-pound running back, Isaac Redman, is not something they want anything to do with. It's 1st and 10 from the Steelers' 45-yard line with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in this game. The Giants are out of timeouts, and the only way they're going to stop the clock is on an incomplete pass and the 2-minute warning. The Steelers are lined up in a very run-heavy formation, and the Giants counter that with a run defense. Upon the handoff, it doesn't appear that there is anything at all significant or different or unusual about this play. It's a straight-ahead run, the idea being to keep the ball in bounds, to not fumble it, get past the 2-minute warning so they can go for that last first down and end the game. Instead, Stevie Brown crashes in through the line, fails to make the tackle completely. Jason Pierre-Paul puts up 0 effort and ends up getting pushed by Max Starks 15 yards down the field. Very few Giants defenders appear really willing to make a play on Isaac Redman, who goes for 28 yards, giving the Steelers the first down they need, draining the clock down to the 2-minute warning, and 3 plays later, walking out of New Jersey with their 5th victory of the season. Looking at the Steelers' running game top to bottom, it's clearly been much revitalized over the last 3 weeks. The offensive line is playing much more physically. The play calling is creative, it's spontaneous, but more than anything, the Steelers are executing as if they've been in this offense for 5 years instead of 8 games. Todd Haley's done a terrific job of getting this team prepared to play each and every week, and these kinds of results are something that we can expect the Steelers to continue doing. This is an offensive line that's playing above and beyond anybody's expectations for this season, and barring the injuries that seem to happen quite often, this team doesn't appear to be one that's going to give up the rushing dominance that they've had anytime soon. For Behind the Steel Curtain, I'm Neal Coolong.